I don't think you need to worry about boosting up your immune system or anything like that because there's no disease to defend yourself from.
I know people that haven't left their home in 55 days. I know these people, and they're fairly credible, intelligent people. How can they begin to have this conversation with these people to get to where they can start to open their mind? Because I know there's a lot of ways they can't begin that because they'll get them to shut out. What's your advice to how to start this dialogue with other people?
Well, I want to say that I can really relate to the people out there in this situation because I'm in the same situation. The people in my life, including family members and neighbors and colleagues, they don't agree with my opinion at all, and they don't even want to talk to me about it at all. So I think one thing is it's very important to respect other people's authority to make their own decisions and look at their own information, and that it's important to have compassion for those people. Because I think what is really going on is that, ever since we grow up as children, we're sort of indoctrinated to certain things. And one of those things is that we respect authority and that we rely on designated experts to give us information. And I think it's really detrimental to our development because in a way it infantilizes us, that we don't believe that we have the ability to make our own decisions about things, that we have to look up to some authority figure, just as children look to their parents. And when you're a child, it's important because the child doesn't know, and they may not have the capacity to know until they reach a certain developmental stage. But as adults, I think it's really critical that we think for ourselves and that we investigate things, that we don't just sit idly and listen to everything that's told to us. If you look back in history, you'll see over and over again that governments not only lied to and misled their citizens, but actually have exterminated them in large scales. Look into something called democide. We all know about what happened in the Russian Revolution, in Nazi Germany, in Cambodia, in Turkey, in China, right? I mean, there's just countless examples, and I know I'm leaving out several, where the government just out and out exterminated its own people. So don't think that that can't happen again. I'm not saying that that's what's going on exactly right now, but I'm just showing that, you don't have to, or it's unwise to just blindly trust what the government authority says because they have such a track record of not being honest. So I believe personally that some people, as a result of this kind of indoctrination, are really just not open to hearing another perspective. And I think this is really magnified by the intensity of the fear response. So the people who are so afraid of getting sick and dying that they won't even come out of their homes, they're only really able to consider information that is directly relevant to their survival. And they're not going to be able to step out of that and look at the big picture and notice that there's inconsistencies, many obvious inconsistencies in what we're being told that they could investigate. So, I'm not really targeting those people because they're just closed off to thinking about this. Instead, I am trying to, give them my compassion. And I really feel for them because they are going to be the ones to just blindly do whatever they're told, and they're going to suffer the consequences of that without even realizing it. But the people that I'm really trying to convey this information to are people that already notice that there's something not right. Something smells fishy, and many people have contacted me with this notion, and they're like, what do I do? What do I look at? And, it's a very frantic place to be in because you've never really considered this perspective before, that maybe the authority is not your friend. And so it's very new and scary. And so I think it's really important to avoid any pitfalls. Like a lot of us might be tempted to, veg out in front of the TV, load up on, nostalgic and convenience and junk food, or even, start drinking to forget about, maybe to treat our fear or to forget about what's going on. And those things are not gonna help you deal with this situation. I'm not saying you should run yourself ragged. It's really important to rest and take care of yourself, but you want to be in a position to be able to think clearly. And so what I would say to those people is, first and foremost, turn off the television. Stop watching, CNN and Fox and NBC and MSNBC and all of those outlets, because they're just giving you the same story over and over again. Instead, consider looking to the real journalism that's out there now, which is, people like this platform and people like James Corbett, who are doing really thorough, thoughtful analysis and well-referenced analysis, and they're reporting on what's really going on. Or do your own research. Look at the source materials like I have. Now, I know it could be really intimidating to look at a scientific paper, but I don't believe that anyone is incapable of doing it with the right preparation. So, just because I'm a doctor and you're not doesn't mean you can't make head or tails of what's in a paper, because you can still see contradictions even if you don't understand all the details. And that should be enough to question things. But certainly you can just look at how many people died on a CDC website or another official website and say, geez, how many people died last year? Wow, look at that. The numbers are almost the same. So what does that mean? Not more people are dying now, so why are we stuck in our house? And that kind of thinking is going to lead you to understand the truth, and then you can make informed decisions about how you want to deal with it and how you want to interact with your family and teach them about what's going on and what to do. And I want to say that also it's really, really important that you take care of yourself. And I don't think you need to worry about boosting up your immune system or anything like that, because there's no disease to defend yourself from. But if you're healthy overall, your immune system is also going to be healthy as well. And so what I recommend to be healthy would be some simple things. Eat clean food, not processed food. Eat whole foods in there, that look like they do in nature. Drink clean water, drink a lot of water. Make sure that you're going to the bathroom so your body can eliminate toxins. Get out in the sunlight. You need to make some vitamin D. We need to be outside. It's our natural state. We need to get a little bit of exercise. So go take a walk around your neighborhood, go to the parks, go hiking. Don't worry about the restrictions. Even in New York, the governor was shown on record saying that they really can't enforce any of these matters. They're really voluntary, even though they intimidate us into it. And so you can be rest assured that, most likely there are going to be no serious consequences for doing these things. And you have a God-given right to go out there and enjoy nature and be free in the world.